Hey team, welcome back to Spec. This one's going to be short and sweet, but I've got a challenge for you guys. If you guys can get me up to 250 subscribers by the end of June, then I'm going to do a burnout video with the Ute as a bonus. So that's my challenge to you. But what we're going to talk about today is we actually took the old Ute down the drag strip. So before you beat me up, we didn't do all that well, but I've got a good line of excuses. We were running full weight, spare tyre and the fuel. All the tyres are still the crappy ones actually, and they're running at street pressures. And then I just wanted to get a baseline run just to see how she'd go. And so it was in straight in drive, but in performance mode. And then when I actually did the run, I probably didn't stall it enough. So without further ado, I'll give you a bit of vision of the Ute running down the track now. So that was it running from inside. Now we'll have I had a little sneaky photographer in the stands, and they missed the burnout and they also missed the end of the track. But anyway, here's a bit of a shot from the outside. Yeah, so after all that, she ran 14.5 at 96 mile an hour, which is about what I thought it would run. So I'm not happy, but I'm not sad. I would have been happier if it was closer to a 14, but I would have been sad if it was closer to a 15. But yeah, no, there's still heaps in it. So we're going to do a couple of changes and we're going to go out again and we'll see what she'll run. One thing I want to say is that everybody should go out and have a crack. If you've ever wanted to run your car down the track, I highly recommend it. It was so much fun. It's nowhere near, like there's not a million people watching at a test and tune. You know, nobody's super serious. And so you can just go out and you can do your thing and nobody actually pays any attention to what you're doing. So that's my number one recommendation to you is if you ever want to run your car down the track, go out and do a test and tune and do it now. Now if you only want to know what time she ran, so that's it now, 14.5 at 96 mile an hour. But if you want to have a couple of tips and tricks about what to do when you get out there, hang around because there's a lot of things that I didn't actually know until I went out and did it. So the one thing I did know before I went is air conditioner off. So I had the air conditioner off when I left the shed just to make sure, because if there's any fluid dripping from underneath the car, which the AC will do, they won't let you run, fluid spill, you're out. So turn your air conditioner off. If you never thought of that, turn your air conditioner off. Download, if you're going to Willowbank, download your tickets. So you can order your tickets, but then you got to go back in to the app and you got to download your tickets so that way you have the little barcode that they need to scan. And you need to be booked in the Wednesday before the event by midnight, otherwise you can't enter that. From there, depending on what time of year you go, it gets really dark really early, so the whole area isn't really lit well enough. So if you're a new guy and you've never been there before, you might not be able to see where to go. So what you need to do is you need to go, once you get through the gate and they've scanned your tickets, you need to go to the training center to get your number put on. 95, Lightning McQueen, ka-chow! Yeah, that was a good get. And they also check your helmet. So to get to the training center, you got to drive all the way through, like sort of straight from where the gate is, all the way down till there'll be a fence, hook a right, and then you go, geez, it'd be past the end of the track, I reckon, where the building is. And there's a training center building there where you go in, you check in, fill out your forms. They'll check your helmet to make sure it's the right compliancy, and then they'll put your number on the car. So from there, then just go to the staging lane. You know, when it's dark, like I'd been to Willowbank facility heaps of times during the day, but I'd never actually run down the track there before. And at night time, I knew where the staging lane was, but I found it very, very difficult to find the right entry point in the dark. So if I had a recommendation for you, is to head towards the main gate, and then you can see the end of the staging lane, and you can go in there. Now, if you're in the staging lane and you want to race your mates, they race 2 cars in each lane. So if you want to race your mate, make sure that you're actually paired up so you can count that you're even number from the front. Other than that, you know, nobody cares. If you're just going out there to just see what sort of baseline times you're running, then, mate, nobody's even watching you. It's a bit of fun. And I really wish, due to time constraints and, you know, the number of cars there's a whole heap of cars out there. I didn't get many runs in it, so I reckon I still probably could have gone even quicker than what I did if I had another couple runs. But, you know, I'm going again. And just remember, there's more to going fast than going fast. So until then, until next time, I'll catch you later.